What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 1 of the Stella Atomic Fireball Edition rebuild. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what this is, the Genuine Scooter Company, LML in India, manufactured these for quite a few years. It is a Vespa PX150 clone. And in 2005, they just decided to come out with the Atomic Fireball Edition, as you can see here. It is limited to 150. This one is number 98. So I rescued this thing from a guy in Richmond, Virginia. He upgraded the engine to a 177. And I guess from the extra power, the clutch basket expanded. So one day he was riding, and then it just stopped going. So he took it all apart and kind of just lost interest in it, like many other vintage scooter owners. So I rescued it about 8 months ago. As you can see, it needs some love. For instance, the front brake doesn't work, so I gotta figure out what's going on with that. And with any bike that I own, I always go over the engine. That being 18 years old, I'm gonna open it up, replace seals, gaskets, things like that. While I'm in there, I'm gonna, of course, upgrade the clutch. And David Scooter Mercado was blowing these things out. It's a genuine Piaggio crank for this this motor for $100, so I picked up a couple of them. And so during the rebuild, I'm gonna throw one of these in there as well. And of course, I got new grips, random bits and bobs that I'm gonna change while I'm in there. So yeah, if you guys are ready, let's get to it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take the wheel off and see what's going on with the caliper, why it's not working. Okay, as you can see, I got the wheel off. Caliper's here. Little bleed nipples up here. First thing I'm gonna do is lower the bike and check the master cylinder and see if there's fluid in there. If not, I'll fill it up, and then we'll go down here, crack this open, and bleed the system. Hopefully that fixes the front brakes. If not, I'll have to see what part I need to replace. All right, as you can see, I got the master cylinder opened up and it looks completely dry. So I'm going to fill it up, and what I'm using is this Prestone .4 synthetic brake fluid I got from a local auto parts store. So once I get that filled up, how I bleed the brakes is I have a vacuum pump. This is actually made for bleeding brakes and all kinds of other things. So you actually have a little attachment that actually goes onto this nipple up here. So like I said, I'm gonna fill up the reservoir, and then I'll connect air to this thing, and then I'll crack that nipple open and see if we can bleed the system. Be careful when you're messing with brake fluid. It's very, very corrosive, so don't get it on your paint because it'll take it off. And if you do, wipe it off immediately. All right, let's get started. Okay, see, I'm filling the reservoir up. Now the key to bleeding brakes is to make sure it doesn't go dry while you're bleeding it. Otherwise you'll have to start all over again. So, got that filled up. Connect the air. Millimeter wrench. Crack this open. Heck. Well, it was extremely tight, so I had to use a ratchet. You can see I cracked it open and fluid started coming out of it. Open this up. Start sucking fluid out of it. Yep. Come back over here, make sure this thing's full. Alright, see, I already messed up. Alright, I had to do that in a couple takes, but try this again. having the vacuum system makes it a little easier, but it's still a bit of a pain. So I filled that up. I'll connect the vacuum. Okay, come over here, crack this open, and now open the valve. Close it up again. Still got fluid in it, so it should be okay. All right. I'm starting to get pressure in the front brake now. And there you go. It's actually already bled. So I'm gonna do this one more time. One more time. See, it's sucking the fluid out. I'll close the valve again. Come up here, still got fluid in it. It should be good. I'm gonna put the cap back on. Alright, so I know it's probably hard to hear that hissing noise in the background, but what I was trying to do is fill this up, come down here and open the bleeder with the vacuum on. As soon as I saw the fluid coming out, I tightened it back up, came back up here, made sure it still had fluid in. And then I topped it off again and did the same thing again. Came back down, opened it up, turned on the vacuum, sucked more fluid out, and now I believe we got all the air out of the line and we have brake pressure. So yeah, I'll put the cap back on. And then we'll see if we got brakes. I believe we do. You see I got this thing all wet and I got some on the throttle there. Make sure you get that off as soon as possible and rinse it with some water. See, I got the cap back on, there's fluid in it. I got brake pressure. And you can see the brakes now work. So this method pretty much works on any modern bike with a caliper and a master cylinder, except the ones with the ABS. ABS, you need a computer to actually open up the ABS module before you can bleed them. So unfortunately the dealer has to do that. I'm sure there are other ways to bleed the system, but me doing this by myself, this is the easiest way. And unfortunately, you have to get some tools to do it. So yeah, the brake is bled. I put the wheel back on temporarily, but I am going to be changing the wheel and putting a new tire on later. Well guys, that's all the time I have for working on this thing tonight. I just want to give you guys a preview of what the next build series was. So if you've enjoyed this so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.